What's up guys, Porter here. Today we're going to talk about a complete guide over the Milano and Cold War multiplayer. Now I'm not going to lie, I absolutely hated this gun at first. It pissed me off. I just could not figure out how to use this gun, but finally after switching out so many different attachments, I finally figured out what works best for me. And after this video, if you're struggling with the Milano, if you use these attachments, hopefully it works well for you. Now that I figured that out, it's honestly one of my favorite guns to use, one of my favorite SMGs to use in multiplayer. It's actually one of my best kill-death ratio guns in multiplayer now. But other than that, we're going to watch some gameplay where I go for 40 kills and 8 deaths, and I also pop off for a 24 kill streak in this gameplay. That's one of the reasons why I really enjoy it. I started playing really well with it. But also we're going to go over attachments towards the end of the video as well. But let's go and get into that gameplay.
Team deathmatch. You're representing the company. Work clean, work fast. We pulled ahead.
Sensors live. Counter spy plane ready for deployment. Spy plane with your timeline halfway checked. Counter spy plane above. Music on. Standing by.
Up on mission, transmitting image.
Counter spy plane terminating music.
Big I-6 is bingo fuel. The base.
Affirm, Big I-6.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
Spy plane in position. Deploying ECM. Spy plane available for tasking. Spy plane perimeter established, Angels 3. Counter spy plane midway fuel check complete. Spy plane has been destroyed. MTL 50%. Check. Thanks for the work. Spy plane terminating overflight.
Enemies destroyed your field mic.
Enemy spy plane inbound. Multiple enemy spy plane contacts. Hostile spy plane established overhead.
Counter spy plane established overhead.
Multiple hostile spy planes
Spy
detected.
plane standing by.
Spy plane perimeter established.
Hostile counter spy plane established above.
Counter spy plane power at 50%.
Your spy plane has been destroyed. Your counter spy plane has been destroyed.
Come on, we've almost got this. Great job, CIA. No muss, no fuss.
That's the last of them, boys!
All right, let's talk about attachments here. So I got it all laid out, but let's start on the top. So I have an optic here. One of my biggest problems with the Milano is I tried so much to use the iron sights and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't hit my targets consistently. So once I put it on an optic, that solved a lot of my problems with the Milano. Now I know a lot of people will say that an optic on an SMG is a wasted spot, but what's more important? is obviously hitting your shots, right? So if you can't use the iron sights, put on the optic. I mean, that's more important to hit your shots, right? So I just put on the micro reflex sight. I feel like that's the cleanest close quarters optic there. For the muzzle, I use the agency suppressor just for the flash concealment and the vertical recoil. And then for the barrel, I use the task force barrel. I'm mainly using this just because it gives you a big buff to your effective damage range and your bullet velocity. That is very important. So going back to the agency suppressor, the reason why I went with that one is just kind of negate some of this vertical recoil. So the bare bones Milano has really good recoil. Then once you put on the task force barrel, I started to notice this was kind of starting to pop up on me a lot more. So then once I put on the agency suppressor, then it definitely tamed the vertical recoil back down, and it was a pretty good recoil again. So with the Milano, it's a slow firing gun. So slow fire rate guns aren't as forgiving as fast firing rate guns. So that's why I wanted to tame that vertical recoil back to where it was good again, because you want to hit as many shots as you possibly can, just because the slow firing rate guns aren't quite as forgiving. You want to hit as many as you can. Okay, moving on. So for the magazine, so once again, since it was a slow firing rate gun, the 45 round speed mag, you don't melt through it. But if you want to, you can go with the 55 if you want, but it's going to hurt just your aim down sight just a little bit more. But I thought the 45 was perfectly fine. And then for the stock, I went with the SAS Combat stock. Mainly just picked this one just because it's going to help with your aim walking movement speed, so you're strafing left and right while you're ADS. So it's definitely more tailored towards an ADS, strafing build. But once I did these attachments, like I said earlier in the video, I could tell a huge difference, and I finally felt comfortable with the gun, and I felt confident with it, and I started shredding people with it. Alright guys, that sums up the video on the Milano. If you found this helpful in any way, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, and make sure to port her up, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you guys.